Om Shanti, 8th March 2022. English Murli. Essence. Sweet children, have true love for the One Father. Follow His Srimad, and this will break your attachment away from all your friends and relatives. Question. Which words can only be spoken by the Father and by no human beings? Answer. I, the Father of you souls, have come to teach you. I will take you back home with me. No human being, only the Father, has the power to speak these words. You have the faith that this new knowledge is for the new world, and the spiritual Father Himself is teaching you. You are godly students. Today's song. Om Shanti. It is always the Father who gives to the children. On the one hand, there are limited fathers who give an inheritance to their 5 or 8 children, whereas the unlimited Father gives an unlimited inheritance. He is the one Father of all souls. There are many worldly fathers and there are also many children. That one is the Father of all children. Brahma, Vishnu and Shankar cannot be called the Father either. The task of Shankar is separate. He is not one who gives. Only the incorporeal Father gives you your inheritance. He is the Supreme Father, the one who resides in the incorporeal world, the land beyond. You need wise methods to explain all of this. You also have to be very sweet. Lust is the greatest enemy, and you have to conquer it. Kumaris are free. Many people prefer to remain celibate. They don't want to be engaged in a vicious family path, and so they remain celibate. They are not forbidden to do so. Kanhaiya, that is Krishna, the father of Kumaris, is very well known, but Krishna is not the father of Kumaris. These are Brahma Kumaris. There are no Krishna Kumaris. Krishna is not called the father of people. It is these Kumaris and mothers who have to tolerate a great deal. However, you should have clean hearts. Only when your intellects are firmly connected in yoga with the One Father can they be broken away from others. You should have the firm faith that you have to belong to the One Father and follow His directions. Baba has explained that you must explain to your husband. The land of Krishna is now being established and preparations for the destruction of the land of Kans, that is the Demon King, are being made. If you wish to go to the land of Krishna, you have to renounce the vices. You have to become completely viceless in order to go to the land of Krishna. Tell him, you now have to bring benefit to me and also to yourself. We are both children of the one God. You say that God is your Father, and so we are brother and sister, and we therefore cannot indulge in vice. When Bharat was pure, it was happy, but it is now unhappy, and everyone continues to choke in hell. The Father says both of us should put our hands in Baba's hand and become pure and go to heaven. Why should I now lose the inheritance of 21 births? When it is explained every day in this way to them, their bones will soften. Kumaris are free, but they should be careful that they don't keep bad company. This impure, corrupt world is to end. The Father says, become pure and you will become the masters of the pure world. You have to explain with such tact. You have to buzz this knowledge to the insects and make them equal to yourselves. The Shakti army also has to have power. You have to look after your children, but not become trapped by attachment. Your intellect should be connected in yoga with the one alone. Those maternal uncles, paternal uncles, etc. are all actors in the drama. The play is now ending and you have to return home. You have to settle the karmic accounts of your sinful actions. You have to remove your hearts from this old world and remember the one Father. The Father says, if you follow Srimad, you will receive the kingdom of heaven. You are receiving Srimad from God. You truly do become the kings of kings by having Raj Yoga. This land of death now has to end. Why should we not claim our full inheritance of 21 births from the Father? Students understand that if they study well, they will pass with good marks. If you pass with a good number here, you will receive a high status there in the heaven. In fact, you should become princes and princesses. Though not all will become those, many subjects are being created. A great deal of impact will gradually be created through the exhibitions. You know that all the acts taking place now also took place 5,000 years ago. The Father says, I too am bound by the bonds of the drama. I too cannot do anything unless it is in my part. It isn't that I can cut off someone's head with the discus of self-realization. The meaning of the discus of self-realization has been explained to you children. Many stories have been written in the scriptures. Swadarshan means to know the beginning, the middle, and the end of the world. Swa means oneself. A soul has a vision of the world cycle, of how we truly go around the cycle of 84 births. First there is the Sun dynasty, then the Moon dynasty, etc. And then when the cycle is complete, we start again from the beginning. This cycle is of Bharat. The people of Bharat have parts from the beginning until the end. When the 2 ages of Bharat end, half of the world cycle ends. That is what was called paradise. After that, all the other religions emerge. Tell them, before you came, this was heaven. It used to be the new world and it is now the old world. You know that in the beginning, there are the Sun and Moon dynasties. When that kingdom ends, it is the middle in between the new and the old. At first, there was just Bharat for half the cycle. The whole play is created about us. We were elevated, doubly crowned kings, but we have now become corrupt. Those who were worthy of being worshipped then became worshippers. No one else can say this. This is such an easy aspect to explain. Only the Supreme Spirit gives this spiritual knowledge to the children. You know the Father is giving knowledge to you souls. The Father says, I teach souls. I will take all souls back home with me. No one else has the power to say this, though they may call themselves Brahma or Brahmakumaris and Brahmakumaris, and they may even try to copy your knowledge. They won't be able to use it. The truth is, after all, the truth. The truth can never be hidden. At the end, they will definitely say, Oh God, whatever you tell us is the truth and all the rest is false. The Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul is the truth. He is incorporeal. People do not know the meaning of the night of Shiva. If he were to enter the body of Krishna, he would say, I enter the body of Krishna and give you knowledge. That is not possible. This is knowledge and you have to pay attention to it very well. If you don't have it in your intellects that you are godly students, it is as though nothing has entered your intellects. This is the last of your many births. The land of death now has to end. I have now come to make you into the masters of the land of immortality. The story of the true Narayan means the knowledge of how to change from an ordinary man into Narayan. It isn't a story. A story from the scriptures is one that is old or ancient. This is knowledge. You also have an aim and objective. This is a college. History and geography are also old stories. So and so used to rule. The father now says, I too have a part in the drama. Establishment takes place through Brahma and destruction takes place through Shankar. The bombs, etc. have to be created for destruction. What are the Yadvas, the Kauravas and the Pandavas doing? People have written many wrong stories in the scriptures. It is accurately written of the Yadvas that they destroyed their own clan. They have shown a violent war between the Pandavas and the Kauravas, but that doesn't take place. You have the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul with you. He is the main guide. He is also the purifier and the liberator. He liberates you from the kingdom of Ravan and is now taking you into the kingdom of Rama. The Father says, this kingdom of Ravan will be defeated and end, and then the pure, elevated, golden-aged kingdom will begin once again. Only you children know this. You can also explain to others. No one else knows this. Many people know the scriptures of the path of devotion. They think they will find God by doing devotion. The path of devotion lasts for half a cycle. Baba, the ocean of knowledge, comes at the end of devotion and gives you the injection of knowledge. You children have a pure, God-fatherly student life. The purifier means the Sadguru. God the Father means the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, and He takes the form of the teacher and teaches you Raj Yoga. These are such easy things. First of all, you must definitely write the purifier. The Guru is the cleverest of all. People believe their Guru will grant them salvation and will liberate them from degradation. The Father explains to you so clearly, and yet it doesn't sit in anyone's intellect that we are the children of God and we should definitely receive the inheritance. The Father says, children, gain victory over Ravan and you will become conquerors of the world. You have to follow Srimad. Just as the Father is sweet, so you children also have to become equally sweet. You have to explain with tact. As you progress further, they will understand you and begin to have faith in you. They will see that the war has already begun and think, why shouldn't we claim our inheritance from the Father? At the time of war, no one will remember the vices. None will say that they should taste poison before destruction takes place. At that time, everyone will look after themselves. Your present condition has come about by using the sword of lust for birth after birth. You have become unhappy. There is happiness in purity. Sannyasis are pure and this is why they are worshipped. However, at this time there is a lot of cheating in the world. There is no Lord and Master. It is government of the people, by the people. Lakshmi and Narayan had the number one kingdom in heaven. What was Bharat called then? Everyone has forgotten this. There is the rosary of Rudra and then the rosary of Vishnu. The rosary of Brahmins cannot be created because they continue to fluctuate. Today they would be among the first 5 or 6, whereas tomorrow they would not even be here. They deprive themselves of their inheritance and the kingdom, and then only the status of subjects remains for them. Even after living here, they leave Baba, and so they would not be able to claim a good status even among the subjects. They then perform sinful actions with great force. God is teaching you. It is such a wonderful thing. This is new knowledge for the new world. You were the masters of the new world. in the old world you are as worthless as shells. The Father makes you become like diamonds again. From worthless shells, you change from thorns into flowers. Acha. To the sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance and good morning from the mother, the father, Bap Dada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children. The spiritual children extend their love, remembrance, say good morning, Namaste and thank you to the spiritual Bap Dada. Essence for Dharana. First point. Do not become trapped by your attachment to any relations. You must become free from bondage by having internal honesty and cleanliness. You have to settle your account of sinful actions. Second, you have to do service sweetly and with completely tactful words. Make effort and pass with good marks. Blessing. May you transform wrong into right with your controlling power as an elevated effort maker. Explanation. An elevated effort maker is one who transforms wrong into right in a second with his controlling power. Let it not be that you wish to control your wastefulness, that you understand something to be wrong, but it continues for another half an hour. This is known as being partially dependent and partially having a right. When you understand that something is not right, that it is inaccurate and wasteful, you should apply a brake at that moment. This is elevated effort. Controlling power does not mean that you apply a brake at one point, but it only takes effect after some distance. Slogan. Make your nature easy and your time will not be wasted. Om Shanti. Invaluable jewels from Dadi's old diaries. At this time of making effort, there is definitely some or other weakness in each one, and effort is made to remove that. Some may not have the virtue of patience, others may not have the virtue of tolerance, and they may not have some other virtues. To imbibe these, you have to become the master yourself and draw those virtues into yourself. These virtues will not come to you just by themselves. Because the master is lacking these, the virtues would say, who can I have friendship with? They do not have love for the master. However, for those who are here as the masters, the virtues love them. Knowledgeable souls love virtues. Those virtues are magnetic due to which they pull the master, but it is also guaranteed that when you become stable as a master, those virtues automatically come to you. So you have to have full faith in being a master. I, the soul, am a child of God. If you have this faith, all the divine virtues will come to you fully. The divine virtues only come with faith. To take points of knowledge does not take time, but it takes time to imbibe the divine virtues. Acha. Om Shanti.